Hi, I'm David Bland with a Quick Fix Heating and Air. We are moving into spring early. Good news, spring's coming in early this year. Bad news is a lot of us aren't prepared yet. There are some serious reasons why you really need a spring check every year. Here's an example. A customer I was out at. They started up their AC without getting a spring check, just to find the breaker popped loudly immediately upon starting it up inside their laundry room. I arrived to find that a mouse had actually made a home inside the AC's electrical housing and chewed through the high voltage wire when the system wasn't in use during the off season. When they started that thing up at the thermostat, the power kicked through and destroyed their very expensive circuit breaker in the house. So very crazy situations aside, here's another example, a more common thing. I had a customer turn their AC on for the first time in the spring, again, without first having a system check. Everything seemed fine. System is cooling. The coils were even sprayed out. Everything looked fine. Customer awakes to find the AC fan is not spinning outside. The AC system is no longer blowing cold air. I arrived to find many of the wires have actually melted inside the housing that are attached to the capacitor. This cost the unit and the customer about $1,600 in repairs for me to rebuild the entire electrical housing and repair all the wires and parts associated before cooling could be restored. So what happened there? The customer started the air conditioner. It ran normally for the first few days before failing spectacularly. The run capacitor was weak. It ran weak, then high voltage melted that capacitor and burned up the high voltage wires attached to it. This in turn destroyed the contactor and several wires, including high and low voltage wires that had started on fire and melted. And again, this is totally preventable with just a spring check. We would have identified the stressed and failing part and recommended that we would have completely replaced that part. This small repair would have saved them a lot of money. One more, just because I could do this forever and I got your attention. So I had a customer turn on their AC system and it seemed to be cooling, but not very well, they thought. After a few days, they noticed it definitely was not cooling anymore. They went downstairs to find the AC line was making noise, but the blower motor downstairs was not blowing. I arrived to find the blower motor had failed, the transformer had failed, the circuit board had failed, the inducer motor had failed. This cost the customer $3,547 in total to repair. Mind you, I'm 20% cheaper than most other places in town. It's a far cry from the $10,000 that most new systems are going for these days. So what happened there? I'll tell you. After the customer ran the system, it worked for the first few days until the Freon leak sustained unexpectedly over the winter caused their coil in the basement to freeze over. This happens when the system loses enough charge to fail to cool properly. When this occurs, liquid Freon stays trapped inside that evaporator coil, the one on top of your furnace. And in this turn, it turned to ice and it melted. Upon arrival, I found the downstairs furnace was soaking wet. I opened the coil to find a 50-pound block of ice, which I sent you guys a picture of in the Valentine's Day email, had formed on top of this particular coil. Again, this in turn melted and destroyed all the above named parts, but again, this could have totally been prevented with a proper AC spring maintenance check. We would have given him about a pound of Freon, would have juiced him up, would have, prevented the coil from icing over and destroying everything. So, I mean, it really could save you a lot of money, Definitely call me. We've got $40 AC spring checks going for all of February. I am dead slow, nothing but crickets. So if you want to get this possible nightmare out of your potential future, call me today and we'll get you on the list. Thanks again for choosing a Quick Fix Heating and Air. We're proud to say we won the 2025 Nextdoor Favorite Award on the Nextdoor app, and we are the highest rated company on the Thumbtack app here in town as well. It's easy to do when you give God the driver's seat in an industry marked up like popcorn. We don't do system replacements. All we do is service, maintenance, and repair, making sure that every time we arrive, there will be no conflict of interests, and you can rest assured that we have your best interest at heart. Don't believe me? Check my reviews. Again, thanks for choosing a Quick Fix Heating and Air. Have a great day.